Hi everybody, I'm on a mission to catch up on admin, email, articles, sewing. At least I got pots moved in the garden today, so this video may indeed be shorter than intended. So let's not waste any time and let's go. Okay, so Harry is due in the United Kingdom today or tomorrow. I cannot be too bothered to go check. Allegedly, he is flying in from Portugal where him, Meghan and the children have been on holiday. Allegedly. We have not seen any posts from Meghan to prove that it is actually true. But honestly, who cares? I do not even know whether this entire story about them having built a house and having a Soho House interior designer is actually even true. I mean, goodness knows, I cannot imagine them actually having the money to build a mansion. Because I'm sure Meghan will not be satisfied with a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom little place. She will likely think of it as a shack. And where will I believe that it is now multiple, well, at least 2, nannies actually get to stay? Honestly, I have no idea what is happening here. Something is so off kilter that one has to be deaf, dumb and blind not to see it. And you know, that is where today's video is actually coming from. I'm 100% with all of you that Harry should not get taxpayer or tax-funded security. At least not more than he already has. Now let me just reiterate. He has security, just not the security that he or Meghan or the both of them actually want. It is not 24/7 and it does not include outriders and traffic stops. But other than that, as we have video evidence of, he is indeed flanked by his own and at least 2 other plainclothes cops and a number of uniformed guys and girls standing around. This time, though, Harry admitted to exactly what we have been telling you he wanted. He wants the armed guards. He wants the earpieces linked to MI5 and MI6. He wants the outriders and the blue lights. And the short end of the story is that neither Anne nor Edward, nor the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, all of them working royals, have that kind of security. The only royals who have that are the King and his missus and William and his family. And then I must add that William and his family do not even always use the full contingent of security available to them. Now, I can tell you that the current United Kingdom security for the family as it stands now is not included in the sovereign grant, but is paid separately by the government. Both the government and the Metropolitan Police refuse to disclose the cost of this elite group of highly trained men and women. But it is in the region of 100 to 150 million pounds, or then 130 to 195 million dollars. Now imagine them adding, say, another 5 to 30 million to that in order to watch Harry, who is effectively not a working royal anymore. I mean, it's like me not working for a company anymore, but I still expect them to pay for my travel costs, for my private business. It is ridiculous. However, Harry is Charles's son, and Harry is a drug-addled, not intelligent, paranoid man. Now hear me out. Harry may have been born slightly less intelligent than his brother. And I'm being kind here, okay? But the rest, I lay in front of the feet of his parents. And please don't tell me it is conspiracy again, because it is not. It came from Harry himself in his book Spare. Charles had been told a number of times about Harry's drinking and experimenting with drugs, all the way from the age of 13, 14, right up until his late 20s. And what did Charles do about it? Nothing. Nothing, zilch, nada, bugger all. So in my opinion, Harry is a product of his parents' making, even at 40 plus, because Harry, until 6 years ago, have not had the support, the direction, the discipline, or really the opportunity to grow and prepare himself for a life outside of the monarchy. But William, I hear you say? Well, William was born slightly more intelligent than Harry, and William had a job, even if it was only for 2 years. He walked away quite capable to fly operational rescue missions, as he received job-specific training and worked for the East Anglian Air Ambulance Service for 2 years. William also has a Master of Arts degree in geography. A degree such as William's generally qualifies someone to work in or at an environmental consultancy or in conservation, or he could work in urban planning or data analysis and research, or even public policy. Thus, although we know that by now William's personal wealth is indeed immense, and the day his father passes, he will likely be even more wealthy than his father, and he will also inherit private properties worth many, many millions. We all know that. So even if the monarchy closes its doors permanently, William will not have to work ever again. However, if he wants to, he can go do a multitude of jobs. Harry, however, has not even kept up with flying. He has not done an hour in a chopper since he left the army, and has never flown operationally while in the army. Harry is not only not exceptionally bright, he is also exceptionally unqualified to do anything. Now, whose fault is that? Harry himself was only interested in partying and smoking and drinking when he finished Eton, and there was no parent to sit him down and tell him to clean up his act and actually go and do something with his life. So again, Harry may be 42, but he is still a product of his environment and a disinterested parent. Charles may have had moments where he acted like a parent, but those were few and far between, or indeed for the cameras. Anyway, the point I wish to make is this. There's no denying Harry is a depressive, drug-addled, paranoid nutter. It is what it is. There's no denying that he is Charles's son. And there is no denying that Charles is a billionaire. So here are a few prices for you in British pounds from one of the most prestigious private VIP security companies in England. A senior ex-military officer with advanced medical training goes for about £650 to £950 per 12-hour shift. Add a luxury armored vehicle and a security-trained driver, and that would be another £320 per 12-hour shift. Or then, 2 officers, a driver, and a vehicle will be between £2,000 and £3,500 per 12-hour shift. Or, finally, continuous 24/7 cover, which includes 4 to 5 officers in a team rotation, day and night in other words, and a vehicle or 2, would cost between £19,000 and £28,000 for a week. Now please tell me Charles cannot afford this. I mean, of course he can. It is not even a tenth of what he earns from the Duchy of Lancaster. But Bookie, my dears, I have an idea of what I am talking about. Charles is not the only person in the world with a problem child, even in adulthood. If I was Charles, whether Harry needs or deserves it, I would have gotten him that £28,000 security for the week. Mainly to shut him up. I would have gone, "Oh, I would love to see you, Harry, my boy. Here is the best VIP security money can buy, and I'll see you and your spawn on Wednesday at 3 o'clock for an hour." And then I would go buy a shitload of toys for the kids and stick to talking about the plushy giraffe and the train set for an hour. And I bet you Harry and his spawn will leave with tears in their eyes. And what are they going to tell Chris Ship after that? How nice and wonderful Pa was. What a bloody win for the both of them. But instead, Charles and Harry are birds of a feather. Charles is equally spiteful. So he offered Harry and Meghan accommodation at Buckingham Palace, and I bet you Meghan was in Harry's ear. "Yes, but Harry," or "Yes, but H," until the bloody last minute. So when Harry finally called to say that he accepts the offer, what does Charles do? "Sorry, it's too late now. You waited too long. We can't give you accommodation now." They come out with this court case bullshit. The judgment has been made. They just handing it out tomorrow. It's all bullshit. There are 52 principal, royal and guest bedrooms or suites in Buckingham Palace. Good Lord, there are 78 bathrooms in the palace. And there are between 800 and 1,200 household staff at Buckingham Palace on any given day. Although only staff currently live in the 188 staff rooms, there are still chefs, kitchen porters, personal butlers, footmen, valets, housekeepers, cleaners, conservators, chauffeurs, etc., at Buckingham Palace on a daily basis. So you cannot tell me they cannot get a room ready in a couple of hours. So this entire story about Charles withdrawing the offer and bloody fish cakes, it's one of two things. It is either the offer was never made in the first place, or Charles is now being spiteful. He's now being Harry Martu, and he's now also throwing his toys out of the cot because Harry didn't answer a week ahead of time, or whatever the case may be. I'm telling you, they are two peas in a pod. Now, this is what makes me mad, because this is a game Charles and his PR are playing as hard, if not harder, than Harry and Meghan. So, Charles promises or offers Harry accommodation and protection, because remember, he offered that as well. And then there's backlash from the public, and he makes a total 360-degree turnaround. Why? Because it's all about Charles. It's all about him. So people are talking, and he turns around and he says, "Oh no, Harry, you didn't reply in time," or "Oh no, your court case, the result will be out tomorrow, we can't get involved." Excuses. Excuses. This is a game he's playing. He made this turnaround because there was backlash from the people. Oh, my dear friends, I can hear you yell, "But Bookie." You know what? So many different people have told me this, that I fully believe it. William and Catherine want nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. Neither of them can stand Meghan, and with good reason. And Harry has hurt the both of them badly. You couldn't thrust a knife between the ribs and into the heart as deep as Harry did to William and Catherine. Both William and Catherine, I believe, are indeed reputationally and otherwise endangered by Harry and Meghan, and therefore I sincerely believe they should stay away as far as possible from Harry and Meghan as they can. And I understand that William in particular thinks and feels the exact same way. William has told friends numerous times that he wants nothing to do with Harry, particularly not while he is with Meghan, which is again 100% understandable. But it has also been said that William made it very, very clear to everybody, family and friends, that he understands that Harry is also Charles's son, that his father had been ill, and that he is getting on in years, and therefore completely understandable that Harry and Charles want to see each other, whatever their motives may be. And I'm practically sure both Harry and Charles have their own motives. Anyway, William made it clear that they can see each other where and whenever. Just leave him out of it. He does not want to know or be anywhere near. And from what I hear, the same goes for Camilla. And I believe my source on this. Camilla gave her blessing for Charles to meet Harry, but she wants nothing to do with it. She does not want to be there or see Harry. Now, I'm sorry, guys. I know you don't like what you hear, but Charles needs to be accountable and responsible. He is a very, very rich man, and I would rather see him spend £28,000 of his own money, not taxpayer money, out of his own pocket, to a company providing jobs for ex-military and veterans, than see him spending the millions he's going to spend in Zambia with his stupid sounding harmonious urban growth project. Harmonious urban growth project. Oh my word. Apparently, it is going to use quantum technology to develop cities in Africa and other Commonwealth countries. Oh God. Zambia, run. This is Big Brother coming your way. Anyway. Now, I don't care where the money in the King's Foundation comes from, but it will be leaving British soil with no returns on it, no growth, no nothing. And in my opinion, it is just further milking Britain dry in favour of others. So let him pull that £28,000 out of his back pocket and shut his immature, paranoid son the hell up. Harry's behaviour has nothing to do with the people and taxpayers of the United Kingdom or with any other Commonwealth country. It is Charles's job as his father, and he will remain his father until the day dies or Harry puts his head down, whichever comes first. You don't stop being a parent. So it is Charles's job as his father to sort him out and shut him up. Okay, guys and girls, that is it from me. I shall see you again tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves, stay vigilant, and stay safe. Bye.